Coming up, a huge announcement comes from Valdosta State's campus.
And learn about some complications caused by the I-75 lane closure.
We will have all these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Lindsay Shaw.
And I'm Victoria Inman. VSU Interim President Cecil Staten announced his registration yesterday afternoon. Staten has accepted the position of Chancellor at East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina. He will leave VSU at the end of June and will start his duties at ECU on July 1st. While he is grateful for this new opportunity, he expresses gratitude towards the VSU students, faculty, and staff for the fun memories of being here in Valdosta.
A stretch of I-75 in Lowndes County was shut down Wednesday afternoon after a semi-trailer burned down in the road. The truck was heading southbound when the driver, Yvonne Smith, noticed his emergency lights were on. When he pulled over to investigate, he noticed flames coming from underneath the hood. Soon the whole truck was engulfed in the inferno and firefighters spent 30 minutes putting out the blaze. Nobody was injured in the fire.
4 University of Georgia students died late last night following a car accident. The crash happened in Okanawee County along Highway 15. One car crossed the center line, hitting the other head-on. 3 of the victims died at the scene. 1 passed away at the hospital. UGA students began gathering last night at the Young Life Center. Police are still investigating the accident.
The parents of Kendrick Johnson are once again calling for justice. Kenneth and Jackie Johnson will appear at a court hearing tomorrow morning. It will determine if they must pay legal fees to defendants named in a $100 million civil suit the family voluntarily dropped in March. The civil suit was filed back in January 2015, alleging local FBI agent Rick Bell, his 2 sons, and 35 state and local officials either directly caused or covered up the cause of their son's death. The Johnsons are calling the supporters to gather at the Lowndes County Judicial Complex tomorrow morning to witness what they described as a miscarriage of justice.
The eastbound lanes of US 84 were shut down yesterday after a van crashed into a utility pole. Georgia State Patrol responded to an accident around 8 a.m. When they arrived, they found a GMC van that was carrying 7 passengers had crashed into a utility pole. The drivers had lost control after a tire went flat. All of the passengers were transported with injuries, 2 of whom were transported via life flight with critical conditions. The eastbound lanes were shut down due to the fear of the power lines falling on the road.
The House Armed Services Committee has approved a measure requiring women to register for the military draft. The measure was passed with a vote of 32 to 30. Already the decision has received mixed reviews. Some are in favor of having women to be required to register for the draft, while others reject the idea completely. This recent decision comes a few months after the Defense Department lifted all gender-based restrictions on frontline combat units.
When we come back, learn more about a new contract between Delta Airlines and the Atlanta airport.
And later, find out what's up with today's weather with Morgan B. Matthews.
You won't want to miss that, so stay with us.
7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex? Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
The largest private employer in the city of Atlanta will be staying put for at least another 20 years. Delta Airlines and the City of Atlanta have signed a new 20-year lease. The new agreement is highlighted by a $6 billion expansion plan at the airport, with Delta picking up half the cost. The agreement also says Atlanta will not build a second commercial airport. Hartsfield-Jackson will get a 6th runway, an expansion of Concourse T, a new Concourse G, expanded parking, and additional cargo space.
Governor Nathan Deal signed a bill into law Tuesday that requires quicker processing of rape kits for sexual assault cases. Last year, an Atlanta Journal-Constitution investigation found that Grady Hospital had more than 1,000 rape kits that had been untested. Under the law, police must pick up rape kits within 96 hours of being notified from hospitals and then turn them over to the GBI within 30 days. The law also requires law enforcement agencies to keep track of the number of untested rape kits.
Did you know that strokes are the leading cause of disability in the United States? Next Friday, South Georgia Medical Center will host a stroke expo from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Rainwater Conference Center. This seminar will teach about stroke prevention and support stroke survivors, family members, and caregivers. This event is free to the public.
VSU students who face pressure from finals next week may be prepared thanks to a recent De-Stress Fest. This week's on-campus festival included activities like hand massaging, coloring sheets, and therapy dogs to help students maintain their mental health. De-Stress Fest has been offered for several years right before the final week of every semester. More than 500 students participated in this week's events.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, find out about the weather with Morgan B. Matthews.
And later on, we'll have our local sports from McKell Keys, so don't go away.
Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
Here, we are a community of 11,000 individual stories.
A place where all doors are open.
Your home away from home.
Where you will make lifelong connections.
And you will never feel invisible. Here, you will write it, research it, sing it,
broadcast it, share it, serve it,
teach it, nurture, and own it.
VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, and just far enough away from home. Find out what VSU can do for you.
And we're back with News Valdosta on this cloudy Thursday.
Let's check in with Morgan B. Matthews for our weather. Morgan?
Good afternoon, Valdosta. Today has been a bit of a cloudy one. We started off our day with some mid-70-degree temperatures and moving along with a high of about 85 degrees. You should expect some scattered thunderstorms until about 5:30 p.m. So if you're leaving work around that time, make sure to have some rain gear handy. Tonight will drop down to about 71 degrees and the clouds will still be painting the sky, but it will feel good and be dry enough to enjoy an evening stroll or try and find some hiding stars amidst all the fluff. Tomorrow will be a completely different story. We'll be looking at a high of a hot 91 degrees with a 10% chance of rain, so I don't think rain boots and a coat are even in the equation. Friday night will dip to a 66-degree weather with partly cloudy skies and light winds. The UV index today is an 8 out of 10. Sunglasses, sunscreen, and a shady hat will have you good to go against any of the battling rays. And finally, the pollen count for today is a moderate high of a 7 out of 10. People with allergies should have their sprays and tissues handy for any sneezes along the day. The top 3 allergens for today are oak, hickory, and sycamore. That's all the weather I have for our terrific Thursday. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Thanks, Morgan. After this short break, we'll come back to you with our local sports with McKell Keys.
So stay with us.
In 1977, in Johannesburg, South Africa, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. By the age of 9, he was already outplaying him. The odds of this gentle lad winning the Junior World Golf Championships at the age of 14, 1 in 16 million. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the Open Championship once and the US Open Championship twice, 1 in 780 million. The odds of this professional golfer having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
My dad's one of the producers.
Bring this sweet.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's check in with Mikhail Keys on what's happening in the sports world. Mikhail?
Well, the Blazers softball and baseball team will both head to Florence, Alabama today. Saturday, the softball team will take on North Alabama at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Then the final game will begin Sunday at 1. Live video and stats will be available. All you have to do is click the link on VSU's athletic website. This summer, VSU basketball coach Kylie Hill and his staff will host a variety of camps that will feature top-notch instruction of the game of basketball. Open to girls from 5 years old all the way up to 12th grade, the camp allows participants to learn the game of basketball through a fundamental and intensive environment. The Lady Blazer coaching staff will also introduce drills that can be used to improve skills further at home. For more information on camp options this summer and registration forms, please contact the Lady Blazer basketball office. VLPRA is also hosting a tennis camp this summer from ages 4 to 12. Session 1 will begin June 6th through June 10th, and Session 2 will be July 11th through the 15th. The camp will be held at McKee Tennis Court at 112 Burton Ave in Valdosta. For registration, you can check the VLPRA website. Chris Rogers of Blazer Golf earned a spot in the 2016 NCAA Division II Regional Championship. Rogers' stats throughout the season made him noticeable to receive an invitation. The senior was top 20 in 4 events, as well as giving his all in the final 2 tournaments of his season. Chris Rogers is ranked 35 in the South region and 126 on the Division II level. His next competition will be at the Mission Inn Resort and Club in Hokie in the hills of Florida. Ben and Peyton Transagier of Wildwood Golf signed with Valdosta State on Tuesday. At the GISA AAA State Tournament, Peyton received a 70 on his course, earning him all-state honors. He led his team to 4 straight region championships. Ben received a 70 at the tournament and earned all region honors for his sophomore and junior season. Congratulations. The Lowndes Vikings have 8 more practices until the spring game. Drills began yesterday as Coach Randy McPherson focused on getting his team better at the fundamentals of blocking, tackling, and executing. Changes will be made to a few defensive positions due to the amount of players on the team. Size and speed are key factors to McPherson, so preparing his team for the spring game is his only goal. That's all for sports today. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Mikhail, for updating us on sports news.
When we come back, we'll let you know about some ways you can get plugged into your community.
So don't go away.
It's about putting others first. It's doing your best at whatever you do. It's about being honest with yourself, with everything. It's all of these. It's more. It's commitment. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
The American dream need not forever be deferred.
This is the richest and the most powerful country.
And we're back with News Valdosta.
Back in February, fathers and daughters had their chance to dress up and dance the night away with the father-daughter dance. Now it's time for mothers and son to enjoy their night of dancing and fun. The Valdosta Lowndes Park and Recreations will host the Mother-Son Ball on May 6th. Tickets are on sale now and can be purchased at the VLPRA website or at the Mildred Hunter Community Center.
The VSU Office of Admissions is accepting new university ambassadors for the fall. The ambassadors will participate in various commitments within the Office of Admissions as well as other special events hosted by the university. The application and requirements can be found on the VSU Admissions website.
While gas prices are climbing, we all could learn to save a little bit of money. The Valdosta Lowndes County Public Library will have a local couponer teach participants how to find the best coupons and deals. The event will take place this Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. at the main library.
If you are a VSU student with exams coming up, you can relieve yourself from some of the pressures of finals week by utilizing the Student Success Center. Valdosta News reporter Tashana Whitehead has more.
With the 2016 spring semester coming to a close and graduation approaching, finals are just around the corner. Matthew Day, a history major at VSU, gave us a little insight on his studying procedures.
I like to say mostly it's a lot of cramming, actually. On a late night, right before it happens, unfortunately.
The Student Success Center offers tutors for a wide range of subjects here at Valdosta State. We had a chance to speak with one of the Success Center's tutors for helpful advice to students.
Well, there's a lot going on during finals week. You understand that everybody is stressed and there's pressure to make the best grades possible. But my advice is don't try to cramp up everything just finals week. Now you still have time. This is a week before finals. So if you can split up the work you have to do, especially when you have cumulative finals. So don't try to wait until the day before and think you can, get in 15 chapters in just one night.
The Student Success Center is located at Langdale Hall. Students may call or go online to schedule an appointment. For your News Valdosta, I'm Tashana Whitehead.
That's all for News Valdosta today. I'm Lindsay Shaw.
And I'm Victoria Emmons. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.